Hello, this is Sarah and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the paper peony. And before we get started, please like this video below and make sure to subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get new video updates. You could find all the supplies listed below the video along with the template to cut on your Cricut, Silhouette, or other cutting machines. And there is also a hand-cut version for those that don't have a cutting machine. You'll need to get all the petals cut on 3 sheets of pink paper or whatever peony color you like, 2 of the center fringes on yellow paper, and I did 6 pairs of leaves cut on green paper. You could always do more or less petals or leaves depending on how full you want your flower to look. Then start with the white tissue paper and color a stroke of green. Try not to overcolor, it will tear the tissue paper if it's too wet from the marker. Then do a smaller stroke of pink right next to the long green line. It was about 6 inches long and I'm trimming off the Cricut edge, which should leave about 1 to 2 inches in width. Then I fold in half and fold in thirds so that I could cut 6 squares. A little bit of the white from the tissue paper is okay. Divide your tissue paper into 6. Then get some of the leftover white tissue paper and tear off 6 small squares and ball them up. Next, take one from the 6th tissue ball and glue that onto a floral wire stem. I'll be linking this stem below. Then glue one corner of the pink-green tissue square and wrap the ball stem on the green side. The pink side should stick out on the top, and the side will be wrapped up like you would wrap a candy. Both the pink side should be tightly rolled up and the opposite end that's on the wire stem should also be tightly rolled onto the stem. Then for the next 5 leftover tissue ball and pink-green squares, I will be taking one ball and add onto the green side and tightly roll both the ends just like we did with the original stem, but without the stem. You should have a total of 5 of these. You could also look up some images of the center of the peony to see what I'm trying to mimic here. Next, glue the 5 remaining pieces around the stem with the original stem piece being in the middle. All 5 should be able to go around the circle and meet at the same height of all the green balls. Once you have all the pieces glued together, you could gather tightly and cut the pink end that has leftover white from the tissue paper and making all of them meet at the same height. Next, you need 2 yellow fringe centers, and I stack it together and use this thin stick to grab the rounded tip and slightly shape. This is a small detail and it is optional, but I like this small detail. You could do every other fringe to lessen the work. Next, glue the bottom side of the fringe and add this to below the green area of this tissue ball on the stem part. Tightly glue both the fringe pieces. Then open up the fringe and shape it away from the center, then slightly curve in the fringes. Next, you need to shape all the petals. You need a total of 8 of these small petals. They come in 2 different versions, so you'll need 4, and 4 of these small petals cut and shaped. I use this shaping ball tool, and this tool has 2 sizes. And I'm using the smaller size to scratch on the petals to help curl the petals. I like this special shaping mat that I'll be linking below, but you could also use a mouse pad or on your sofa or bed even works. Next, you need 2 of each size flower petals, and you could do more to make a fuller look. To shape the bigger petals, I like to go from one side of the petal to the other side with the bigger size shaping ball tool. You'll need to do this to all of the flowers. I also have another peony version called the Peony Bomb flower, and it looks similar but with no center fringes that you could check out. I also have a tutorial for the giant peonies for backdrops for events, and I also have a mini paper peony style where it's layered and used for cards or wall art. This flower is definitely one of my most popular flowers, and I've made them in a variety of colors from white, coral, blush, deep red, and more, so definitely try making them in different colors. Next, poke holes in the center of all the 6 flowers. Then start gluing from the small petals. Glue the right where the yellow fringe bottom is and let it meet on the edge and go around the circle. After gluing 2 or 3, I like to glue the rest of the small petals in areas that are missing, so try to find sections that need to be covered with petals. And you have a total of 8 of these to cover around the yellow fringes. Then we'll be going smallest to largest and take the first small flower and go through the stem and add glue on the bottom of the fringe and bring up the flower. Then I bring back each petal and add a little bit of glue inside and bring up the petal so it is glued onto the side of the smaller petals. You could glue a few at a time and bring up the petals. Glue the next small flower, and with this peony style, I like to make the layers meet right behind the first layer. The flowers will not be crisscrossing, and they will be going right behind the first flower. Then glue the bottom and bring up the flower and glue each petal up also. We will be doing the same thing until the last layer, so keep gluing all the flowers petal by petal and make the petals all meet and line up right behind each other. For the last layer of the flower, I will be crisscrossing this flower and still slightly gluing inside each petal to bring up. Next, poke a hole on the bottom leaf that was cut with green cardstock paper and glue that to the bottom of the flower. Then open up your peony to see what it's going to look like. You could keep it enclosed or gently open them up to look more bloomed. Next, I'll be making the leaves that will be going on the stem. This come in pairs, and with the pair meeting and stacked up, fold down the middle, and it doesn't have to perfectly meet down the middle, but this fold will help hold our thin floral wire. And I'm using white glue that I'll be linking below and glue that around the rim of the leaf and in the center, and add the thin floral wire and sandwich the pear leaf on top and hold onto it until it starts drying. And while it dries, you could shape the leaves by curling the tip out. I like to make a total of 6 leaves, and you could do more or less. Then floral tape each wire stem right below the leaf, about an inch or 2 below the leaf. It doesn't have to be floral taped all the way down. Lastly, floral tape the bottom of the peony flower and go down the stem about 2 to 3 inches below. You could add the leaf branches on the sides and floral tape the rest of the stem. Bring out the leaves and shape accordingly. Please like this video below and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.